Hey guys, today I'm here with Mark. Actually, it's his birthday, so happy birthday, Mark.
Thank you, sir.
And we got a new project in the shop. So Mark's a friend of mine, and we're going to be working on this awesome car. And we're going to tell you guys a little bit about the car, but it's got a really neat story. So I wanted to share that story with you guys.
It's a 72 big block convertible Chevelle. One of three documented.
One of three built with these options. That's just an amazing thing to me. I think that's just awesome.
And it was bought in Tampa, Florida. It's never left Florida. Right at Furman Chevrolet down on Florida Avenue back in 1972. I came to Tampa back in 77. Went to Wilson Junior High, and I used to stand out by the bus stop on Bay to Bay in Empedrado, and I used to see this car go down Bay to Bay every morning, and a little old lady driving it. And then at one point, my friend Bruce Bertram, we seen it go down the road, and I seen the SS emblems on it, and I always wondered if it was a big block car or a small block.
Okay.
Had no clue. And what I said, man, I'd really like to own that car one day. And years went by, didn't think nothing more about it. I bought a couple of 69 Camaros back then. Then I was going to Plant High School, where I graduated at. And I seen it a few other times going down as I was walking to school.
Right.
Then after that, years went by again. I was on the internet one day, waiting for my wife to get out of work so we go to Disney World.
Okay.
And I went ahead and saw this car sitting for sale in Port Tampa, which is the end of Tampa out by West Shore area.
Okay, right.
And I knew that car. I just knew it. I looked at it. I called the guy up, and I said, "You still have this car?" He goes, "Yeah." And I told him more about the car than he knew. And he goes, "Well, how do you know so much about it?" And I was telling him about it, the story, just like I am now. And I said, "Let's cut to the chase. Where you at?" I got about 15 minutes to get down here because I'm going to Disney World.
Right.
I want to see the car.
Right.
I went down there, he opened up the garage. It sat in the garage, about 6 inches of dust all over it. The top was down, interior was ripped up in it. Had all 4 flat tires on it. And the first thing I did was open up the hood. I seen it was a big block.
Yeah.
I said, "I want the car."
That's awesome.
I bought it right then. I had the cash on me. My wife didn't know that then. And I bought it and came back Monday and picked it up, and I went ahead since then. I've rebuilt the motor, did the whole underneath of the car, did everything that you see here except for paint and body work, and that's why it's here today.
Can you tell us who you purchased the car from? Who was the man?
It was the original lady's grandson.
Amazing. Amazing.
Grandson.
Okay.
And he sold it because he was having heart issues
Okay.
at the time, and he didn't have the money to put into it.
Okay.
And I believe her name is Shirley. I'd have to look, and
Okay.
she's probably still alive today.
Okay.
I was supposed to take her for a ride in this when it was all completely done.
Okay. Well, how old were you when you first saw it?
When I first saw it, I was in middle school.
Middle school.
So probably 15, maybe 14.
And you saw it just walking to school, and you saw it passing you.
I was at a bus stop, and I used to see it go down Bay to Bay all the time.
What about this car caught your attention? Because we all have those cars that we fall in love with.
It was a convertible.
Because it was convertible?
But she never had the top down.
Did you always want a Chevelle? Or what was it about the car?
It was just a convertible, and I knew it was a unique car.
Okay.
Because it had said SS on the fender, and it had no stripes.
Okay.
So I said, "Hey, it's got to be a special car."
Right.
Because most SSs had stripes back in the day.
So you did the research on it.
Oh yeah, I did the research.
It has...
After I bought it, though.
After you bought it.
After I bought it.
When you saw the car as a kid,
Yeah.
obviously it was original because the little lady had the car. Nothing has been changed to this car. When you bought it, right? It's all original?
And thinking, well, I believe it was hit in the right quarter panel.
Okay.
And Cray's Body Shop over in Tampa off Cypress Street repaired that panel.
But nothing's been changed.
Nothing's
It's
been-
original, everything's
Everything's 100% numbers matched.
Okay. And then, so you said it's one of three, and I know we had talked, it had
Yeah.
a striped delete.
Stripe delete,
What else, what other options about this car makes it unique?
bench seat, electric door locks,
Okay.
which it has, roll-up windows.
Electric windows?
No roll-up windows.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the automatic on the column. And,
Okay.
and believe it or not, the AM/FM radio.
So, okay. And those
Yeah.
are the options that
Yeah.
makes it the 103.
1 and 3. And I do have the build sheet at home.
You do have the build.
I have everything to it.
And then, you can't see it now, but the interior is white.
White.
And it's gonna have a white top.
White top.
So, and, yeah, so we're here. We're gonna do some metal work, some metal fabrication. Well, not really fabrication, we're gonna restore this car. This is
Gonna
gonna be
restore it.
100% original restoration. We're gonna put new factory quarters on it, do some repair work back here across the tail panel, or the divider between the trunk and the convertible top. And it's actually a very, very solid car. It's got a little bit of rust in the doors. But super solid car for a convertible, so very excited to work on
Oh,
this.
I'm very excited.
and get into it.
I've waited 10 years for you.
I appreciate that.
And didn't know it.
I appreciate that.
But no, there's been countless number of people that wanted to do the job and just, you know, in your heart, you do. It's
Didn't
not
feel right. Yeah,
And when I met Carl, I knew it was right.
that's awesome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So are you the second owner of the
Second
car?
owner.
That's amazing.
Yep. And I do have every bit of paperwork right from the canceled check of when it was purchased.
Wow, that's very cool.
I'm kind of a resto mod guy. I like having the older cars with the modern stuff on it, but this is actually just phenomenal. Just one of three, the history
Yeah.
behind it.
It's got to stay original.
Yeah,
Staying original. But just
100%.
just the story behind it, I think
Yeah.
is so
Yes.
you saw it as a kid, you saw
Yeah.
it later as
It's
an adult
fantastic.
and bought it.
yeah.
So we're going to do a really nice restoration.
And
on
come to find out, she used to own Beta Bay Hardware.
Oh,
Because I remember you
wow.
told it sat in front of the
Over
hardware
off
store.
Beta Bay
Ah.
in Manhattan. In fact, the service station is still there on Manhattan and Beta Bay. The car used to get serviced there
Oh,
No.
all
wow.
the time. I've got receipts where this lady's went in and had 2 spark plugs changed. Instead of all 8, she only had 2. And 1 spark plug wire or
Wow.
you know, a quart of oil added.
All right, so what are your future plans for the car after the restoration?
Well, I don't know if you know, but I also have a fastback.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
Yes. And I probably, out of the 2 cars, this is closest to me. So
That's your baby.
I'll definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, good.
But it's going to be handed down somewhere along the line. It's not going to be sold. And I don't know who, that could be my grandson, it could be my nephew in Sarasota.
Okay.
I don't know yet.
That's
But,
a video, but what did your son say?
oh yeah, my son said he would burn it if I gave it to my grandson. If he wants it.
Oh, that's so funny. Your son.
Yeah, I said, well, right there, you telling me that, you definitely ain't getting it.
Right. Yeah, no burning allowed.
But yeah, it'll never be sold as long as I'm alive. Hopefully, my wife will ride in it afterward
I hope so.
because she's
Yeah.
never rode in it.
Oh, well then, once it's done, she will. She
Never
will.
rode.
Never rode it.
Because
no.
it'll be like new when it's done. She'll love it.
I think it could have something to do with, I had a 66 Chevelle that was really nice with no air. And I talked her into riding all the way to Kissimmee.
Okay.
Bless
in-
her heart with no
In
air.
July,
Yeah, no.
with no air.
No, she'll never ride. And yeah,
And after
yeah,
that,
Done.
yeah.
she won't ride it.
I totally understand.
It's
Right.
beautiful with the top down.
But not in July.
Any night it's
Well, in the night, yeah. In the
Yeah.
night, yeah.
Well, you're gonna have air in this, and this
Oh,
is gonna
yeah.
be beautiful. So we'll
Yeah.
get her in this.
yeah.
So
I
yeah.
will.
At least for a video.
So, yeah.
If I have to pay her to get in for a video.
Yeah. Well, now, yeah. So let's talk about the motor real quick. Tell me about it. It's a 402.
402.
So that's a little bit different.
Same thing as a 396, just different bore and stroke.
Okay. Because I actually looked that up last night,
Yeah.
and I saw that, and a 402 was kind of odd. I hadn't really come across
And they
that
also
much.
said a big block 400, which
Okay.
I've only seen one other one that has the 400 sticker on the airbox, on the air cleaner,
As a big one.
as a big block.
Wow. Yeah, because
Yeah.
that one has a 400, but it's a small one.
Small block.
Yeah, yeah,
But they
yeah.
did make a big block 400.
So yes, but I guess the 402 was kind of unique for
Mhm.
this year, and it was the 396 stroked out.
Yep.
Okay.
And one other thing, the reason this lady ordered this with no stripes, because I did talk to her on the phone. She ordered it no stripes and without the bucket seats and console, was insurance purposes, cheaper insurance.
Did she actually order it and have it built?
She ordered this.
She ordered
Yes.
this car. So everything on this
She
is
got
what
it
she
with the
picked
big
out.
seat automatic on the column
Ah,
Wow.
okay.
and no power windows. I mean, just the the plain Jane, basically,
Wow.
with the big block. Yeah.
Air. I mean, the important part is the
Had to
air,
have
the
the
big
air.
block.
Do you have the original, usually owner's manual that comes in the
I
glove
have
compartment?
everything. I have the license plate from her.
So the bodywork and the paint is never been painted, other than that.
Other than that quarter, from what I know.
Okay, so
From that
factory
quarter.
paint really hasn't been touched, if you know
I
of.
mean, not since I've had it, in 22 years.
22 years?
Yeah.
Do you know the name of this paint color?
Flame orange.
Love it. Flame
Yeah.
orange, that's great.
So let's check out the motor.
Sure.
So Mark, tell me about these. This actually has hood pins. Is this original? for
That's
this
an
car?
original. That's one of the essence of being an SS Chevelle. It's a factory item from the dealer.
Nice.
So all the SS Chevelles came with hood pins like that?
Yes.
Wow, that's really awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
The
awesome.
true SS.
The true SS.
The motor, it's a big block 402. 100% numbers match.
So Mark, so it's the factory 402,
Factory 402.
factory air,
Factory air.
powered disc brakes.
Power disc brakes.
Obviously must have the heavy duty cooling, right?
Heavy duty cooling. Heavy duty 41 suspension is what they called it back then.
Okay.
It is original carburetor to the car, original distributor, alternator, starter, and I did go through this motor probably in 2009, and I had all those components rebuilt instead of just going out and buying an alternator from Napa or something that's original.
That's the original. So that was
Yeah.
rebuilt. That's the original
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
car.
One thing I did take off this car was a smog pump, which I still have it at home in a box.
Oh, so okay. So it had
did
the,
have smog
it had the smog
control,
pump.
yep.
So that went into the manifolds,
Yes, sir.
and you just kept all that.
Kept it all
That's
in a box.
awesome. Yeah, we really don't need the smog stuff. So.
No, I kept it off for a
But
reason.
that's awesome. And it's got the big old school compressor, AC
Compressor.
compressor. As far as you know, the AC works.
The AC works. It probably needs charged right now, but
Maybe
it does.
some seals or something.
You can turn the fan on and you can hear it.
Okay. And this is truly an untouched. This is the traditional story of the little old lady driving the car.
Exactly.
And you got this car from the little old lady.
But she drove it more than just to church.
Yeah. Well, so it's a better
Drove
story.
it to work every day.
Drove it to her hardware store,
That's
which
right.
is
I love that.
outstanding.
Yeah, that's
just
fantastic.
awesome.
Yeah.
So so that's really awesome.
It's a cowl hood on it, but not cowl induction. And some of the Chevelles had cowl induction, and some of them had just a cowl
Just the
hood.
cowl hood. Okay. So basically, the difference is, we'll just explain in case someone doesn't know. So you've got the cowl hood is the shape of the cowl hood, but
Correct.
there's no openings for air to come in.
Correct. And if it was cowl induction, it would have a different air cleaner.
It would seal to the
Exactly.
to the hood, and then actual fresh air would come in, cold air would come in to help
Right.
with the horsepower just a little bit.
Yep.
Very cool, Mark. I
Yes,
can't
sir.
wait to start on this car.
I can't wait either. Well, I can't. I've been waiting 10 years, so I can't wait.
So, Mark, tell me about these wheels. Are these wheels original to this car?
Factory SS wheels.
Those are the,
Right from the-
SS wheels.
SS wheels, and I do have the spare at home.
It just, there's such a cool style that it doesn't look old-fashioned at all or anything.
No.
It looks,
No,
it almost looks like a modern wheel.
those wheels are very valuable.
And are they steel?
Steel wheels,
They're
yes.
steel wheels. Okay.
This in the 70 Z28 Camaros came with them.
Oh, okay. Because in my head, I picture like rally wheels, which every Chevy had to rally
Yeah,
wheels.
no.
But these are just awesome wheels, and they look so good on this car.
Yeah, they're factory wheel.
Okay. And do we know, we're obviously going to do some metal work because there's some rust in the quarters. That quarter was hit and repaired, so we're going
Correct.
to repair that properly. We're thinking we're going to try to save this door and just do some patchwork on it, or, right? Original door?
It's original door.
That's
It's
the
totally
original
up
door?
to you.
So we're going to try to save every piece of that we can. That door is going because that was accident damage, maybe?
Yes, and it's
Okay.
a little bit rusted out more than I wanted.
Okay. So we are going to change one door, but we're not doing an aftermarket door. You got an original door.
Original GM door.
Where'd you find that?
I found it at a garage sale, believe it or not.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. And it's pretty solid, right?
Really
Rust-free?
solid, yes.
Okay. So we're replacing.
Actually, you have it here.
I do. It's over there. We're getting full quarter factory quarter panels.
Yeah.
We're not cutting corners. We're not going to patch in squares here and there.
Nope, it's going to be done right.
So we're going to make this car beautiful and going back with the original color. And we're probably going to lose this.
The body side.
This bumper. Yeah, we're going to lose that, right?
Right.
Okay. And going back to the original color, and I can't wait to see it done. It's already done in my mind, so.
I know, I'm trying to get in your mind to see it.
Soon enough, soon enough.
I know.
One thing I noticed about this car, because we took it apart together a couple nights ago, and I was so worried about this part in here because so many
Right.
convertibles that I've worked on, all the water comes in here and drains. And it's actually solid, it's just surface rust, there's no rust that's really through it.
Correct.
The fender, in here it's nice and solid, all in here where the convertible goes to, it's nice and solid. You got such a solid foundation that I'm just really impressed with the car. Got a little bit of rust here, which we're going to fix. It's not a big deal at all. A few small holes in the floor we're going to fix, but just a solid car. So once we get these quarters on,
A good foundation.
and this has got an awesome foundation. So
Yes, it looks way better than most of the stuff Carl's dragged home.
yeah, I was telling Mark that. So
Oh, unbelievable.
I have always had to drag stuff home that nobody else wanted because that's all I could afford.
Yeah, I can understand.
That's where I learned to do it because I had to.
Exactly, you didn't have a choice.
We have several builds going on now in the garage, so if you'd like to follow a particular build, you can follow them on the playlist. And you can find the playlist on the channel or in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for future videos.